So what is up everyone? Today I will show you how to modify your Fotosniper to use it with your modern Sony digital camera. Stay tuned. So let's have a look at how the sniper actually works with an SLR. So let's open this up. Let's take out the lens with the camera. And the sniper unit. So yes, this is the sniper unit. So you actuate the trigger down here, and then two things happen at the same time. So hope you can see that. Yeah, there is a pin up here that activates. This is going to release the pre-cock of the aperture on the lens. And the second thing that happens, you have to look in here. Hope you can see that. There is a second pin coming up. And this pin actually releases the camera. So I will show you that on the camera. The first thing that happens is the one pin pushes this one in. You've heard that. So the one pin pushes down there and releases that, and the second pin pushes down there in there and activates the shutter of the camera. So now what we have to do is we will have to figure out how to push this with this pin to get the shutter going. So therefore I bought a remote shutter switch for my A7. It came in the postage today directly from China, something like €5, and there it is. Nothing fancy, just a really cheaply built remote shutter. It actually functions like that. You have on your A7 on this side you have your ports, and this port here is where it says multi. I hope you can see that. That is where you can put your shutter release in there. You activate your camera and then you press and it fires. What you can do as well is holding it down to fire. Yeah, that is what we want to achieve. So the we want to achieve building this shutter into this gun. So the first thing to do is we have to take a look on the inside of this trigger. This trigger is really cheap, and it is glued together. You can see that there is the line, and what we will do is we will hack this line apart. This won't be a clean job because it is glued together. Normally stuff is screwed together, but yes, so this is a unreversible job, but if we fail, this isn't a lot of money getting thrown away, so yeah, let's hack it apart. There we have it. We have it apart. Let's have a look. There is one screw. Put it back together and start it. And have a look. So what we can see is yeah, you see 3 metal parts in here, and the shutter activates just then, just if you press all 3 together. So it's actually quite simple. If you just take the bottom 2, nothing happens. If just the upper 2 go together, then it pre-focuses. I hope you can see that. You can see that I have my camera on auto ISO, and if I put those 2 together, just the font, you can see that it measures the ISO. You see that? So I press down now, press down now, press down now. Okay, so you get the idea. So the shutter just will go if you press all together. So it's actually quite a simple device. So now we will see how to manufacture this into our Fotosniper. I have a small little update because look at this. I hope you can see that. I found a switch which matches perfectly into this hole back here, and I hope you can hear that. Yes, you've heard it right. The trigger activates the this switch quite happily and actively. It is really a good feeling. Yeah, so now I have to wire this one up. With my multimeter I found out that we have those 2 sides and those 2 sides are the same. So let's have, I will show you that. I have my multimeter here, and if I measure those upper 2 pins, there is nothing. So the upper 2 pins, no connection. The down 2 pins, no connection. But if I if the first and the first down and the second down, they have a connection, and the last 2 have a connection as well. The connection will be activated between those 2 and the down 2 ones by pressing the trigger. I hope to show you that. So I now press the trigger. So if I press the trigger, all 4 are on the same length. If I don't, just the upper one and the down one are. Yes. So now what I have to do is I have to solder this thing together. Another short thing to address is that, as you can see, we have 3 cables, a yellow one, a white one and a red one. This has one reason for being: if you activate the yellow one with the white one, then the camera measures. As my switch just have 2 just a pass-through switch from it has just 2 positions, the on and the off position. My camera my solution won't measure. So if you want to measure with this solution, then you really have to activate measuring by half pressing the shutter, but I won't be using that, so there won't be a problem. This is why I will have to solder the red wire to the white wire, because there, if you activate them, nothing happens. Just if you activate everything, it functions. So the next thing to do is to desolder those 3 solder joints. So now let's start by desoldering those wires, remembering that I have to resolder together the white and the red one. Yeah, let's go. So this is just not the permanent setup, but I want to show if everything is okay and running fine. So let's plug this in here and turn the camera on. And now we see that it is not okay. Okay, we see that it is firing constantly. So there is a shorting. So we have to access that. Okay, success guys. As you can see, if I push this button, the camera fires. Awesome progress. So, what is up guys? There might be a little cut because my camera didn't last that long and it suddenly stopped recording, and so this should summarize the entire thing. And I have awesome news. I did it. The entire hack functions as I've planned it to do. I'm really excited about this because I wanted to do this modification with the intent to use the old setup, the original setup as well, so that that is just a temporary setup which can be removed and installed as I like. So I didn't have to do any modifications to the original design, which I'm really thankful. So now let's have a look how this functions. So as you see, this is my Sony A7 on the TAR 300 millimeters. On here we have the cable from the shutter release running all the way down in there. There I have fixed, I soldered in the push button. This push button is held in place by this screw, and therefore nothing is forever. You just screw this out and you can take out the button. So now let's have a look. One thing that isn't working is, you know, if you want to change the aperture of this lens, you have to cock this thing up here, then you, you choose your aperture, something like 8 or whatever, and then you normally would press the shutter button, and then the lens would cock to the right shutter setting. but because of the button in there, the yeah, you see that it isn't going that high to cock it, so you need to put it manually. But that is the only problem you have, and that's just for if you want to change your aperture, which won't happen that often. So let's have a look, and to show you that everything is functioning, let's change that over here. Let's start the camera. There we go. And now let's do this. And as you can see, it's functioning like a dream. It's amazingly simple, but for using this Fotosniper as with this lens, it is an amazing combo, and you really can't go wrong. I'm really grateful that this is functioning like that, because I will be shooting birds with it in the near future, and therefore it is a dream to handle, and it really makes using this lens so much easier with this camera. So thank you for coming along this trip. I'm thankful that this was a success. Yeah, goodbye.